Well, welcome everyone to Voices of Integrity for Young Men and Identity. And this is more than just young men. This is just all human beings. And wow, I don't know if you guys are as challenged as I am on going through this thing. It's really, really cool. So you might have some questions. Um, like you might have a question of like what hypothetically might be a question you might ask, like how come I'm having to do work that other people aren't? Like if somebody said that to you, Kenny or Luke, what would you guys, as a reflex, what would you guys say? Like, how come I'm having to do work that other people aren't?
I don't know, probably something on the line to stop having a bad attitude and just do it.
Okay. I mean, as a kid, as a child, what do you do as a child?
Like if a child says that to you,
Okay. Mom, how come Johnny gets to go ahead and he doesn't have to do this? How come I have to do this, Mom? Like, how come? Like, like if a child does that, like, it's not fair. It's not fair what I have to do. Like, I'm doing more work, Mom, than Dad than he is. Like, if a child does that, how do you respond?
I have no idea.
Really? I don't know if I learned that as a child or if I learned it as a parent with seven children. I don't know. Like I don't know.
How how would you respond?
It's like stop your whining. You think life is fair? Deal with it. Like your brother, your sister, they have to do things you don't have to do. This isn't about other people. Grow up for crying out loud. My gracious. Like are you just a whiner? Are you a whiny pants? But if an adult says something like that, what do you can't say that because that's not being nice or kind to them. It's just it's amazing to me. I mean, what an amazing exercise this is on how much it reveals. I mean, how much it reveals about somebody. And so, it's like um oh, this is cool. There used to only be three here. But now there's four, five, six, seven, eight. Ooh. But I mean, Rosanna could be like there's I did 10. How come Dale only did 8? Like, how come he's sloppy? You know, like it just like are you doing it for somebody else? I mean, wouldn't you want to do it do it for yourself? Like, and if you did it for yourself, are you just trying to do the minimum? Like, would you just give up? Are you just lazy? You know? Are you just lazy? Are you okay with being lazy? Like if it doesn't like like if I don't reach my goal, okay, I'm gonna quit. I mean, it's just weird to me the thinking. And this is not of small children. I mean, I would expect it from small children, but I've got a brother who's over 50 and He's like, well, Mark, I don't know if this is going to work. So what? You're just not going to try even? Yeah, pretty much. Is that your philosophy of life? Like, is that your philosophy of life? Like, if I don't know something's going to work out, like, you got to be kidding. Are you the youngest child or the youngest brother? Is that is that what you are? Like, it's eh, like how people think or how they don't think. It's mind numbing to me. And then like, okay, so I go through here, I go through here and I add my thoughts. Like, do I just write long sentences or do I actually think? Is this a reflection of one's brain? Like, is this a reflection of one's brain and how hard they work? So you just look at this and say, well, this person here, they're a shallow thinker. They don't work very hard. They don't think very much. This person here thinks a lot. Now, quantity, you know, um, quantity of words isn't necessarily, less words is more as long as, but it's weird. Like, yeah, like people, I wonder what they do with their minds, honestly. Like Oliver Wendell Holmes when he said this, when I read this, I don't know what it was. I was probably 50 years old or something. And it says, I would not give a fig for simplicity this side of complexity, but I'd give my life for simplicity of the other side of complexity. And I'm like, I mean, I read it once and I just memorized, boom, right there, because it's so true. The people, the people are not working hard on the other side of simplicity or other side of complexity. Like it's just so it's like so you okay, so you do this good. So did you read this here? Mark's thoughts. Did you read it? Did you have any thoughts on it at all? Did you learn anything at all? You know, I mean, do you see the upside and downside of this? Are you a simple-minded person? Do you want to be a simple-minded person? All I do is watch other people's podcasts and feel and live vicariously through those people. And it's like, do you think they don't struggle with stuff? You don't think they work through stuff? So I don't know, Luke, like good work. Good work with Dale and you and him. But did you look at this, Luke, when he said he did more? Okay, good. Do you see any empty things here, Luke?
Yes.
Did you think about what I just said, or did you go ahead and scratch your head and go, oh, how come it's not filled out here? You're stuck in addition and subtraction. Like this is addition, this is subtraction. What about multiplication and division? Well, no, I'm going to stay in addition. Simple addition, 1 plus 1. Okay. So you're getting, it's interesting. This is why I love people that are developing other people because you get frustrated with them. You're like, they don't know how to work. They don't know how to think. They don't know how to learn. And I'm like, yeah, welcome to my world. With me, Mark? Yeah, with you. Like, did you look at this, Luke? I don't understand.
Yes, I looked at it.
You see what I saw?
The I looked at the what he filled in, and I also saw the empty spaces on part three.
Did you say anything to Dale about it?
No, not yet.
Why not? When you say you
Haven't.
saw it, I don't think you did. I don't think you saw it until I just showed it to you. And your ego kicks in and say, "Oh, I saw it." Why would you see something and not talk to him? Why would you bring this back to me and say, "Hey, Mark, take a look at this"? I mean, do you feel good when he gets beat up? When I invest time into him? I remember my son-in-law, Jason, I said to him, I said, "Yeah, when I beat you up, when I pound you, it's because I care for you." He's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Are you kidding?" But maybe he never beats anybody up. Maybe he never invests into anybody. Maybe he never takes any risk. Like Alvin Miller, I talked to him last yesterday afternoon, and working on the new Engineered Clarity book. And it's like he said, relationships, it takes a risk. There's risk. So why didn't you talk to him about this, Luke?
Um, I haven't replied to his email.
I thought you said you guys were talking. I thought you said that he went ahead and wondered why he had to do all the work and other people work.
Oh, that was an email.
I don't care where it was, Luke. I thought you guys were doing it. So
Yes,
you did this work and he's complaining to you. You probably didn't respond to him the way I did. You
I
know,
haven't responded to that email at all. I got it
did
last
you
night.
look at this? Did you look at this? Did you go in and see any of this? Or did you
Yes,
just think, okay, so why wouldn't you respond to it? Why wouldn't you go, Dale, dude? Like Mark's investing, he can invest. The reason you're getting pounded, you're having to do all this work. Oh my goodness, so much drama. Oh, doing so much work. Oh, like is because you're out in front of other people. Like, do you want to be? Do you want to be a leader, Dale, or do you want to be a follower? I want to be a leader, but without doing the work, without making the sacrifice, without taking the risk. Well, you know what? That's not going to happen. That's not real life. That's just on, Disney. Disney. So, do you know the difference between a American fairy tale and a German fairy tale?
no.
So, an American fairy tale, the the princess always gets married. Everybody lives happily ever after.
Okay.
Doesn't matter what happens during the whole thing, but at the end, everybody lives happily ever after. That's the Disney. That's the American fairy tale. What's the German fairy tale? Somebody dies or eaten. Seriously. Like the boy who cried wolf, he got eaten. Hansel and Gretel, they got eaten. Like everybody gets killed or eaten. German fairy tales are brutal because see, Americans, we want our children to feel good. Feel good. I want you to feel good. Well, what if I make bad choices? It's okay. In the end, everything will be okay. Everything in the end will be okay. It doesn't matter what your choices are in life. Everything in the end is going to be okay. That's an American fairy tale. German fairy tales, yeah, no, you die. You, if you're not careful, you're going to die. If you're not wise, you're going to die. Somebody's going to die. Somebody's going to eat. Somebody's going to die. So, American, we teach our children to be weak and soft and don't even realize it. Don't even realize it. Anything else that you have, Luke, on this?
No. I did
Kenny,
notice some of
go ahead.
I did notice some of his responses. I was like, "What? Okay." Like the social media one.
Yeah. Okay. Kenny, you got anything? So, part
Say
four, we
no.
haven't even gotten into part four, and it's okay. I'm just like, man, glad you guys are young. I would have loved, it would be so cool. It'd have been so cool if I was in my 20s with you guys. So I think people in their 20s and 30s think, well, Mark, he became this wise guy. He understands stuff, 50 or 60. And it's like, when I'm 50 or 60, I'm going to be smarter than he is. Like, I'd like you to be smarter than I am. I'd love to give you transfer, all the wisdom and knowledge that I have acquired over the years, trying to go ahead and give it to people. But people don't think. It's like Tom Kuntz, like when I was 50, 45, and Tom could do things I couldn't do. He was in his 60s, I was 45. And I think I made an excuse. I made an excuse. Well, Tom's, 65. When I get to be 65, I'll probably be smart like Tom. And then I thought, that's a stupid way to think. That's what I said. I thought, I didn't read it in a book. I didn't see it on some podcast. Nobody pointed it out. Like, I'm a devil's advocate. I'm against myself. My mind is continually challenging myself. Mark, you're not that smart. You're not that kind. You're not that caring. You're not that thankful. You're not that trustworthy. You're not that positive. You're not that hopeful. You're not that smart with money. You're not that adventurous. You're not that friendly. Grow. And I remember thinking, well, wait a minute, Mark, you didn't know Tom when he was 45. Maybe he was this smart when he was 20. Ooh. So don't make excuses, Mark. This is what the little brain inside of me tells me. Mark, you have to work harder. Mark, you have to make more sacrifice. Mark, you have to take more risk. I don't know, how do I teach other people that? I don't know. But it comes down to your identity, which interconnects with your life vision. I think every human being wants to be significant. But to be significant, we have to think significant things. You're talking about the weather, thinking about the weather. What are you thinking about? The Bible says capture every thought. What does it mean? I don't know. Capture every thought. Like, where am I thinking? What am I thinking about? What am I investing my mind into? And then I need to go ahead and, then I need to be significant. I need to think significant things. Then I need to go ahead and do significant, not talk them, not talk, bunch of talk, 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 talk. So I can talk that I'm a great husband, a great father, a great grandfather. I'm a great business guy. I can talk all this stuff all I want. Talk, 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 which I think is what most podcasts are about. It's about the ego of the podcaster. And if you're listening to somebody that's really smart, you must be really smart too. Are you? Are they? I don't know. I don't know. But I'm telling you, live life. Seek to become who you're created to be. Share this with others. Love to get the feedback. This is interesting. Great journey. Always remember we can accomplish so much more together than we ever could on our own. Have an amazing day. Bye bye.